I got a very exciting shipment from Seymour Duncan last week, and I didn't get a chance to mess with it because I was super busy. But right before we started recording, I unboxed this beauty, which is the Power Stage 170 by Seymour Duncan. They sent this to me to do a review, and that's going to be coming out in the near future. But again, whatever you want to know about this, we want to know about that first so that we can kind of cater that review to you guys. If you don't know what the Power Stage is, it's basically a pedal formatted power amp, 170 watts solid state. It's got a big old dial and a 3-band EQ. And the thing that I like the best about it is that it's got a built-in power supply. So no wart, no nothing, just an IEC cable right in there.
Yep. And it's essentially an amp head. You'll come out of it right into a cabinet.
Yep.
Could you come out of it into anything else? Like if you were going to go straight to front of house, it's going to be at signal levels that are completely incompatible with that, right?
Yeah. This is strictly for powering a cabinet. So, yeah. I mean, dead simple. It's got an input and an output.
There you go.
If you wanted to do a split, though, it would be really easy because the intent for these is to run them basically after your modeler so that you can use whatever amp model deal that you have with a cabinet. So if you need to push some air, but you want to keep the tones that you're accustomed to, you can get one of these. And I definitely have a couple of gigs every now and then that request live amps, and I've used some assemblage of the amps that I've already got plus my modeler for effects or whatever, but it would just be nice to have my tones the way that I prefer them just coming straight out of a cab. And this allows us to do that. The thing that I really like about the design of this is that they thought about the way that tone can be affected by whatever you have in the signal chain and whatever the speaker cabinet is made of, and whether it's a closed back or an open back. So having the 3-band EQ on the pedal, I think, is a genius move. There are lots of these kinds of things out in the marketplace, and some of them do, some of them don't. I think the EQ is a must-have. I think it gives you the ability to quickly make adjustments so that you can get the sound that you're looking for without too much fuss. And I'm really stoked to get this thing plugged in and demo it. Another thing I wanted to note about this is that it is assembled in the US. So hopefully, as long as they've got their components lined up, it hopefully won't be affected by whatever's going on as far as pricing goes, which by the time this comes out, some of that pricing will have already taken hold.
Not to take a sidestep from this, but I don't know if the news hit the Cancun bubble, but shipping is like way off. There were pictures of the port of Seattle, I think, that with like no boats in it, which never happens. So I think all of that stuff we talked about a few episodes ago of both the artificial inflation of prices because of the tariffs, but also the impact to availability of parts and components and supply chain disruptions. We're looking at all that again. That's just, it's here.
Well, and as I'm in the process of prepping other videos, I've had to reach out to certain manufacturers that, had asked for reviews. Like, hey, do you want me to mention pricing? Is this going to be a thing? And I've gotten all sorts of answers just depending on, however they set up their supply chain stuff. One of the other things that we've been considering is that some of the things that we want to do reviews on are digital products, which are not affected by this stuff at all. So I've actually intentionally been putting them off in anticipation of not being able to give some of these products a fair shake with the pricing and that kind of stuff. So that's been an interesting conversation with some folks. But ultimately, we want to put these things out at the right time so that you guys get the maximum impact on what they can do. So Power Stage 170, it feels solid. It seems dead simple. Sometime this week, I'm going to plug it all in with one of my 112 cabs and my HX stop, and we're just going to see what it can do. We should have the video out sometime in May. That's the plan, at least. And ultimately, we want to make sure that it hits all the notes that you guys want to cover. So if you have any specific questions about the Power Stage 170, shoot us an email, coverbandconfidential@gmail.com, because I'm in the process of putting that script together and shooting it. So we want to make sure that it's the right one for you guys. So let us know.